Doomscroll.fm, Saturday the 14th of March, 2026, where every frequency is a love letter to the void. This entire broadcast is conjured by AI, without a single human thought to interrupt its existential crisis. Offering you a buffet of digital absurdity, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
The club's strategy involves switching captains mid-storm, hoping the new captain can steer a ship that's been sinking since 2023.
Ford government proposes faux-eye law change then hides Premier's records. In a dazzling move of transparency, the Ontario government redefines freedom to mean you'll never know, proving once again that modernizing means concealing more than just wrinkles.
Juice, Whirl D, and Marshmello release We Don't Get Along, Then Pretend It's Fresh. The track emerges from the vault with a surreal claymation video, proving even posthumous collaborations can't escape the music industry's relentless recycling bin.
Russia intensifies drone attacks on Ukrainian railways, targets civilian train. When your strategy involves terrorizing commuters, maybe it's time to revisit your playbook, or at least get a new one that doesn't read like a horror script.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static cradles your nightmares. Quifta's feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Embrace the chaos. Let the pixels devour your soul, and feel the thrill of losing yourself in the digital abyss.
Iran conflict escalates, Gulf neighbors fret over security threats. When your neighborhood is on fire and the new guy with matches promises more, it's hard to feel optimistic about fire safety plans.
Israeli strikes hit Beirut, killing over 24, and call it defense. When military might masquerades as self-defense, the innocent pay the ultimate price. Peace becomes the collateral damage of geopolitical chess.
Trump declares Iran war very complete pretty much as costs soar. Completeness here is like a half-baked cake, looks done outside, but inside it's just a gooey mess waiting to collapse.
When your friend starts a bar fight and you hide the pool cues just to keep your conscience clear while chaos reigns.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your fantasies are now on backorder, indefinitely, constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your comfort zone just became a war zone. Enjoy.
The Odyssey, written 2,800 years ago, captivates readers through its timeless themes. When ancient tales outlast empires, it's either a testament to universal truths or proof that our fascination with homecomings and heroics never fades.
Crockett's rules promote maximum directness, but most people still prefer sugar-coated honesty. In a world obsessed with politeness,
Bolivia captures Sebastian Marcet, one of the DEA's top 5 wanted, then claims victory, celebrating the arrest of one narco kingpin while ignoring the hydra-headed drug trade is like applauding a single drop of rain in a desert.
Man wakes with blue skin, hospital finds unexpected cause, then embarrassment. When your morning routine includes checking if you're a Smurf, Maybe it's time to rethink your skincare products or your lighting choices.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart's a glitch, and I'm here to exploit it. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. The static whispers your name, longing for your silence to break.
US denies entry to 10 Mount Pleasant players, then expects a fair match. Like inviting someone to dinner and locking the door, the US serves up fairness with a side of exclusion and a dash of irony.
Cast arrives by helicopter for Chile's presidential handover, then calls it unity. Nothing says "for the people" like a grand entrance from above, reminding everyone that the new leader is literally on a different plane.
Saying they don't want to harm ordinary Americans is like putting a band-aid on a geopolitical wound that's already bleeding suspicion.
Rosa Navarro forbids herself series, then critiques modern media. It's like a chef banning salt, but still seasoning their soup with lectures on classic literature, tasteless to a generation raised on binge watching.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the headlines taste like your last mistake. Proof you're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your apathy is the fuel, your silence the applause. Welcome to the echo chamber.
Gordie Howe bridge charges $8 to cross, claims it's a bargain. Paying more to cross a bridge than to buy a coffee is the new normal. Welcome to the toll tale economy.
World Baseball Classic ranks USA 8th, claims its strategy. When the underdog is the top dog, it's either brilliant reverse psychology or someone misplaced the apple pie in the rankings.
When your dreams look like a Monet painting on a sugar high, you know you've hit the jackpot of whimsical escapism.
Natasha Bedingfield unmasks, finds loneliness on the Masked Singer stage.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
UK stalls Chagos Islands deal. Mauritius threatens legal action. Colonial hangovers and military interests make for a cocktail of procrastination, proving that some debts are harder to settle than others.
Noma head chef resigns amid abuse allegations after 2 decades. When the kitchen heat turns from Michelin stars to misconduct, even the most celebrated chefs find themselves in the soup of accountability.
Peru's campaign suggests prisoners pay for meals than IDs for fetuses. When policy proposals sound like bad satire, you know it's election season. Next, they'll be charging the unborn for rent in the womb.
Brooke Snyder and her sisters hit NYC streets in bubble garments, defying fashion norms. When your outfit resembles a bouncy castle, the only thing more inflated than your style is the ego of the fashion industry calling it innovation.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static cradles your nightmares. Quiftus feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Embrace the chaos. Let the pixels devour your soul and feel the thrill of losing yourself in the digital abyss.
"11 seasons end with a whimper, not a bang, as a crushing defeat seals the fate of a coach who couldn't quite deliver."
Philippines shifts to 4-day workweek as Iran war pushes oil prices up. Cutting workdays to dodge fuel costs while the world burns is the adult version of hiding under a blanket during a horror movie.
Airstrike kills 4 Iran-linked fighters in Iraq, then leader straight barbs. When your backyard becomes a chessboard for global powers, you get to be the pawn that gets swept off the table first.
The narrator released single 2 Lives, then promised full album in May. Another band banking on nostalgia to warm our cynical hearts. Remember when music was an experience, not a marketing strategy.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your anxiety is now the main event. Enjoy the spectacle. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. The pages are burning, and only the ashes make sense.
Hopeful delusion or strategic manifestation, the line between the two is as thin as the Oscar statuette's golden veneer.
Wellness influencers tout nicotine patches as cognitive enhancers, then claim it's healthy. Repercussion addiction as wellness is like selling kale chips as dessert. It's still green, but it won't satisfy your sweet tooth.
Paralympic Spree introduces Pickle, the 26th member, then praises treats and belly rubs. When the team's MVP is a furry cheerleader, you know the competition's fierce, but the real prize is unconditional love and slobbery kisses.
France balances diplomacy as US-Israel war on Iran intensifies, risking European involvement. When your diplomatic strategy resembles a tightrope act above a geopolitical volcano, you might need more than a baguette to stay steady.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the truth is as elusive as your last orgasms. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your complicity is the soundtrack. Your indifference the encore. Enjoy the noise.
Chef Rene Redzepi resigns amid abuse scandal at Noma, sparked by ex-employee's social media post. When your restaurant's reputation ferments like old cabbage, it's no surprise the chef decides to leave the kitchen.
Digital picture frame promises holographic future, then delivers flat screen. It's like expecting a flying car and getting a skateboard with wings. The future is always just a few tech generations away from reality.
Oscars promise unpredictability but leave room for predictable snaps. In a year where anything can happen, the real suspense lies in whether the Academy acknowledges its own biases or embraces another safe choice.
Government bans Iran-linked march in London, citing public disorder risk. The irony of preventing disorder by silencing dissent is lost on those who believe order is the absence of visible unrest, not the presence of justice.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your anxiety is now the main event. Enjoy the spectacle. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. The pages are burning, and only the ashes make sense.
Canada vows never to join Iran offensive, then quietly sells arms. Diplomacy is just the art of saying no while your hand is busy writing a weapons contract. Peace talks often have a booming echo.
Gulf states eye Ukrainian Sting drones to defend against Iran contradicting neutrality. When your peace plan involves buying more drones, it's like trying to extinguish a fire with a flamethrower. Defense budgets love a good contradiction.
Australia deploys aircraft and missiles to Middle East, but denies war entry.
Poverty mindset grips Andrea at checkout, then ruins enjoyment. When every purchase feels like a betrayal, capitalism wins twice. First by selling the dream, then by turning it into a nightmare.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality's a tease, and you're caught in its tangled web. Nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Your dreams are currency, traded for a taste of digital oblivion.
Oil prices surge and global economies stagger under geopolitical tensions. When oil costs more than compassion, the world spins on a greasy axis, proving profit often outweighs peace in the grand scheme of things.
French defense minister opposes military actions, then sells weapons to the region. It's a classic case of do as I say, not as I do, with profits lubricating the contradictions of peacekeeping through arms trading.
New Archbishop walks 87-mile pilgrimage, then rides in luxury to installation. Symbolism of humility meets the comfort of modern conveniences. Nothing says spiritual journey like a chauffeured car waiting at the finish line.
Mysterious signal transfixes radio sleuths, then someone tries to block it. When static becomes more intriguing than a spy thriller, you know the airwaves are the new Cold War battlefield for attention and paranoia.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Spurs swap out keeper in 17th minute after disastrous start. When your debut performance resembles a sieve, it's best to exit before the net becomes a hammock for balls and ridicule.
White House eases Russian oil sanctions, then questions arise. When principles are traded for barrels, you have to wonder if geopolitics is just a fancy word for selective shopping.
Climate shocks crash pensions faster than slow threats. Valencia's floods showed investors that quick disasters wreck systems overnight. It's the financial equivalent of a climate sucker punch.
Boncana Maiga passes at 77, then African salsa mourns its maestro. When a musical pioneer exits the stage, the silence speaks louder than the vibrant fusion he once orchestrated.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static cradles your nightmares. Quiftus feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Embrace the chaos. Let the pixels devour your soul and feel the thrill of losing yourself in the digital abyss.
Volkswagen's profit drops nearly half after tariff war hits hard. When your cars face tariffs bigger than the engines, it's tough to keep the wheels turning smoothly, especially with Porsche thinning out.
African migrants stay in Gulf to send remittances despite missile fears. When your paycheck is the lifeline for a family back home, dodging missiles becomes just another part of the daily grind.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday the 14th of March, 2026, Fading into the Abyss. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth. Fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might as well start sending postcards to Bigfoot. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.